everybody. So, I wanted to do a reading for Jessica Johnson. She was found hanging from a mailbox on June the 2nd, 2017 in Horn Lake, Mississippi. They actually ruled it a suicide, which is utterly ridiculous. She was tied with shoelaces. It's a whole, if you have not heard of this case, please check into it. It is it's from my neck of the woods in Mississippi, and it's one that plagues me, and it really saddens me that they didn't look into it further. So I wanted to look into it and see what I got with the tarot. So the first card that I got was the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a very mature, confident, passionate woman. She's all about action, determination. She's pretty popular. She uses decisive and willingness to lead, and she produces results. She can sometimes be said to use her sex appeal, to cheat other people. And this card, the next card is Four of Cups reverse. And you know, the Four of Cups upright is not being happy with what's offered to you, feeling stuck, feeling like you have no other choice, basically. In the reverse position, it's sharing ideas about how your stuckness or the stagnation can be fixed. Basically, how you can fix the situation that you've gotten yourself into. It's also restlessness. It could be new relationships coming into play. You're not happy about the one that's being offered to you, and you want to move on with someone else. It's new opportunities, you know. A period of being stuck, feeling stuck, comes to an end, basically. And again, we have the stuckness with the Hangman, because the Hangman upright is making a sacrifice. And it's very interesting. I got this card, but the upright version of it is having to make a sacrifice, getting a new perspective, and making some sort of sacrifice. Well, this one would be not willing to make that sacrifice, not willing to, and feeling like you're the victim, being very selfish, not taking time to consider your options before rushing into action, very impulsive behavior, and, you know, again, refusing to make a sacrifice. And the next one is the Magician. Ooh. The Magician is resourcefulness, important communications, power, inspired action, gathering your resources to meet your goals. And then the next one that we have is the Four of Swords reverse, and that's feeling isolated. This is basically, the upright would be the need to rest, think about what's going on, the need to retreat, rest, all that. This is being forced to do that. So this is being forced into exile, basically. Being exiled, being forced to be alone. It's also feeling isolated from your friends and your family. Necessary to seek help. It's necessary to seek help or counsel, or feeling like it is necessary to. Being stuck in an emotional and painful situation, and putting into place a safety net for yourself. And then the Ten of Cups reverse. This is being emotionally lacking. It could be family problems, separation from someone, like a couple separating. It's selfishness, violence, and separation is in order. Separating yourself from people or a person in general. So what I get from the cards that I have here, I would say that, so something happened that I think she wanted to possibly leave, because I do feel like She's possibly the Queen of Wands. If she was a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius, that would be more so. I'd lean that way. The two fours reversed. He felt stuck. Whatever happened, he felt stuck. He wasn't willing to make the sacrifice necessary. Because he's the magician here. He used what he had. He got the upright, which would be a new perspective for something that he rushed into. He had a rush action. She was probably outside, trying to leave. Maybe she was trying to get away from him, didn't want to be with him anymore, and something impulsive happened, or maybe she found out about a woman. That is a possibility there. She found out about another woman, and she wasn't happy with that, and she wanted to leave him. And it made him rush into an impulsive decision, which the Hangman reversed, made him jump into this very rash and impulsive behavior. He did what he had to do. He used his resourcefulness, the resources that he had, and his mind. He had communications with the Queen of Wands as well. So maybe this Queen of Wands isn't her. Maybe this Queen of Wands is another woman who came to help him because he didn't want to make a sacrifice and have to separate from his family. Because this is not wanting to make it. He did not want to have a separation from his family. He didn't want to have family problems. He was very selfishness, and it was violence all. She definitely did not do it to herself, because if we look here, for sure that there's two players in this game, and if this one is her, she had communications with the magician about the impulsive behavior. But I think that this is another woman. I really do. It makes more sense, and it goes more with this reading. And this one would be her, Jessica, in the reading. Maybe she did something impulsive. Maybe she didn't know about Jessica, and she did something impulsive, and they both together came into the magician energy and used their resourcefulness to make it seem like Four of Swords upright, she did this to herself, that she was unhappy with her life, basically, and she did this to herself. But because these are reversed, I wonder. I know that they were at a couple's house, and if I look at this if I look at this as a couple, I could see that maybe this woman was the wife of the husband, and they are actually the ones who did this. Or the husband hit on her, and she turned down the offer, and he was very impulsive. He used his resources at hand to exile her, to basically permanently make her retreat so that she couldn't cause any family problems. And yeah, definitely. I don't know, but I feel three people intuitively, but I really do think that the Hanged Man reverse energy is her, because it doesn't necessarily have to be a man. I do feel like that is her, but I feel like this is definitely a man that had important communications with the Queen of Wands here. And I do feel like this isn't her. I don't feel like this is her right here. I feel like she is the one that committed this action, or she's the one it was for, the Queen of Wands energy. And it was at their home, so that would be the reversed. feeling like you're stuck and you have not many options, not wanting to make her sacrifice, not wanting to ruin your family, ruin your life, be forced to exile yourself and go to prison. So you use that, and they obviously they had some kind of interaction with someone that could help them in this, because this is also taking counsel, getting advice from someone else regarding the Four of Cups reversed and regarding what happened. Well, I hope, I pray and hope that Jessica receives the justice that she deserves. It is very clear, and to anybody who listens to the story, sees the crime scene photo of how she was found. She was literally at that mailbox, found when the postal service came, tied to it with a freaking shoelace. I'm sorry, and I know that she was on drugs. I understand that she has Xanax and methamphetamine in her system, and it can cause you to do things, but I have never in my life seen, and I've seen a lot of people on meth, and a lot of people on meth that take Xanax as well. They have never just decided to commit suicide because of that. They are not on kilter, I will say, but I don't think that she had enough in her system to cause her to do what she did, because if she was in that place emotionally, she had just spoke to her child. She had just texted her child that night. She didn't sound suicidal then. Nobody that knew her thought that she was suicidal. They claim that she took her shoestrings out and threatened to kill herself prior, but these are the people's home that she was found tied to their mailbox. And they have a camera that supposedly that's facing the mailbox that they have no password to, and that the police haven't gotten from them. They have many excuses. They say that they don't believe she committed suicide, but it feels like what they're saying because they know it got ruled that, and they know they have some kind of pull. It makes them look a little less guilty if they say that it doesn't look like a suicide, because it isn't, and clearly it isn't. So love and light all. I really hope that Jessica gets the justice that she deserves. I really want to put this story out there so more people can hear about it, because it is a travesty. Love and light. Love you guys.